Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog and another video. So, one of my vlogs, and not so much vlogs, I don't think really, but um, in one of my videos yesterday, I had talked about how we have some stuff that's kind of up in the air right now. Um, you know, and I told you yesterday how up until this point, me and my dad had been going together to Buffalo Bills game at least once a year and stuff. But just how, you know, the fact that, he had had his knee surgery well over a year ago, almost a year and a half, almost year, almost year, al- al- almost year, almost year, almost, almost year, almost year and a half, 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 almost year and a half ago, almost year and a half ago, and then how his phlebitis he had, you know, how the surgery had made a good bit of a difference to a certain extent, but the phlebitis didn't quite clear all the way, and so how that's why you know going up and down so many steps at a stadium is just getting to be a good bit too tough for him, and just doesn't really have the strength really so much no more to go up and down so many steps to go up and down so many steps and so many stairs at a stadium now really, and just how again you know we had a couple tentative options for this year and this season thrown out for people like myself, either like again going with go going with go go going with go going with go go going with going with that get go go going with that get go going with that get go going with that go going with that get going with that gang and going with that gang that's that gang that gang that's ultimately got plans to go to the Bills versus Philadelphia Eagles game the final Sunday of October, the final Sunday of next month, Sunday the 27th of October. If there would even be enough leeway, um, based on the number of people that have already committed to going that day to that game, you know, based on if there would be enough space, either if there would be enough space and van and vehicle that they would have that they would that they would have for that they would have for the day that day, or if things would be able to work out for them to get a second vehicle for the day that day or whatnot, and perhaps seeing if it's even doable. You know, probably not so much of a chance of doing it this way, but the other options, seeing about one of our people that currently works here and maybe getting at least one, maybe even a couple of our other people that currently live here to go. That would be a challenge, and that would kind of be, chances of that probably be pretty slim. So, it is obvious that it's definitely going to be a big change this year for this year's 2019 NFL football 2019 NFL football season. Nothing says we can't. Nothing says it can't be possible. to continue to go to the Bills games, the Buffalo Bills games. It's just, again, not only the fact that going to have to get used to doing it in another way, in a much different way. But for this season, you know, I mean, I mean, chances of any of that being able to work out as of now are probably pretty slim as of now. Or maybe even perhaps we may even have a 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance perhaps. But for right now, the way I'd look at it, chances right now are of anything being able to work out with going to any Buffalo Bills game for this year and this season are probably pretty slim. Pretty slim. Pretty slim right now. So this year it would probably be a slim chance of being able to make it to any of that this year and this season. I mean, could be wrong as the rest of the 2019 NFL football season goes on and stuff. Again, it ultimately just started just yesterday, just last just 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 last night and stuff. Um, you know, um, and it looks like Green Bay managed to win 10-3. Final score: Green Bay 10, Chicago 3. So it wasn't a very high scoring game, I guess, but Green Bay managed to win their first game of the 2019 NFL football season. But anyway, getting back to the Buffalo Bills game situation, again, this year for 2019 NFL football season's definitely going to be a big change for sure. You know, um, based on working out, continuing going to the Buffalo Bills games. Of course we can, as long as we can work it out and plan far enough ahead of time. But it's just going to be from here on out. It's just going to be a good bit more challenging working stuff like that out from here on out, because again, my dad don't really have as much of the strength to be able to handle going up and down so many steps and so many stairs at a stadium, really. No more really, you know, you know. So that so having it be me and my dad doing it pretty much probably pretty much got to be pretty much a done deal pretty much from here on out, at least right now. But so again, nothing says we got to be done going to the Buffalo Bills games for good. It's just that working out going to that stuff from here on out, starting this year for the 2019 NFL football season is going to be a good bit more of a challenge, working out, It's going to be a good bit more of a challenge working out, So really, and I sort of continued having this on my mind this morning. Well, um, so again, just thinking again how, again, it's challenging knowing that, some certain situations around here kind of tends to take a good bit more, a good bit, a good bit more, a good bit, a good bit more effort, with trying to work out, you know, depending on what it is, really. Like, again, like, mostly if it's something that happens to be like, an hour and a half away, you know, stuff like that, working stuff like that out doesn't necessarily mean it can't be done around here, but working stuff like that out around here um, uh, can be a good bit more of a challenge. If it's something that's like an hour and a half away, if it's an hour and a half away or whatnot. Even things that are, even things that are just like an hour away or a little over an hour away, an hour, an, an hour, an hour away. You know, again, being that right now staffing's not like completely week, company wide around here, but kind of, but a good bit weak and a good bit weak and a good bit of a way. Again, definitely very pleased that all summer long 2019, all summer long was pretty well successful, doing pretty much just about everything wish to do, for all summer 2019. um you know it's just that, you know it just seems like it's gotten a bit more challenging over the past couple of years, even before YouTube, even before I had decided to start YouTubing, even before I started YouTubing and stuff. Um, you know, it just seems like, it just seems to have gotten a good bit more challenging, and even in some situations a bit more complicated a little bit, trying to put such things in place, depending on what it is, and you try not to let it get to you too much. It's just that, like so many people say, you can only deal with it, you can only deal with such things for so long, and it's tough to deal with in the rear end, and it's tough to deal with in the rear end. um you know so you know again, it's definitely starting this year for 2019 NFL football season. It's definitely going to be a big change for sure, based on how people like myself and company would go about trying to work out going to the Buffalo Bills games again. Like I told you in one of my videos I ended up doing yesterday. I'll I'll try do best I can to suck it up. If I have to take a year off again, nothing says that we'll have to for sure. But again, chances for right now of working any of that out right now are is pretty slim. Again, or may have 50-50 chance, but right now it's pretty slim for this year and this season. For the for this year and for this year and this season. You know, you know, I'll continue to give you an update on where we stand with as the rest of the 20 as the rest of the 20 as as the rest of the 2019 NFL football season, goes on and stuff. You know, right now chances are pretty slim. Maybe even in the end, maybe even may perhaps have 50-50 chance. Right now, nothing's saying no, it's not going to happen. But at the same time, you know, at the same time right now, it's it's very well up in the air, and it's very well slim chance of any of it being able to work out for this year and this season. But again, could be wrong in the end, but but we'll see what happens as the rest of the 2019 NFL football season goes on. And I didn't really bother giving the given the place that's got the gang going to the Bills versus Eagles game of buzz today, because I was a bit beat. So, and again, their head manager has kind of been out ill, you know, so maybe I'll perhaps give them a buzz sometime next week and follow up with them sometime next week. And our current resident and our current and 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 our current 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 resident manager uh, has a few days off and comes back next Wed ne, ne, next one ne, next one next Wednesday ne, next ne, next 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 Wednesday next one next Wednesday next Wednesday next Wednesday next Wednesday. So, you know, perhaps we'll bring some of them in some point sometime next week after they come back. Um, but you know, so well, here's the deal. I'm gonna end this vlog and this video here. I'm gonna get this vlog and this video uploaded, and then I've got a couple other things I'd sort of like to perhaps bring you all in on. So we'll do another vlog and another video, maybe in just a little bit. You know, share. Bringing you in on those things. So we'll talk to you in just a little bit after I get this vlog and this video uploaded. Talk to you in a little bit.